Crowds. Let's talk a little bit about crowds. And of course you should be concerned more so than usual by gatherings in a given area at this point in time, for obvious reasons. However, some people are irresponsible and not too bright. But to veer away from the current situation, if I may, from a pretty young age I've had a respect for the dangers that tend to arise when large groups of excitable and perhaps angry people get together en masse. A standout experience for me would be my old man dragging me along to a football match aged 7. Kind of burnt into my brain, this one. 26th of December 1988, Stoke-on-Trent. The old Victoria ground. Stoke versus Manchester City in the old Division 2. Standing room only, as it always was on the Boothen end. It was scary. The atmosphere was quite nasty for a lot of the afternoon, until the match turned in the home team's favour. Then it got excitable, happy, a different kind of dangerous. I was getting crushed a bit, but I managed to take refuge in front of my dad's legs and survive the day. This was back when they used to have these large metal structures up around football grounds across the country, which kept the fans securely in their cattle pens. Terrible. And flash forward a little bit, April 1989, Hillsborough Disaster. Scores of people crushed to death at a match between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. That's a whole other issue unto itself. Yeah, the culture at the time, the government policy and the way the police dealt with it all, taking it all together, it cost people their lives. And I'm not going to do any victim blaming here. No buts, no howevers. Being in a crowd can be perilous. You could be painting a target on yourself. It might be a threat you're not even aware of in the moment. It's an unpredictable animal, a crowd. People can and do change when surrounded by lots of other people. It can have a strong emotional, psychological effect. Is there a comparison to be made between the physical crowd and the online group in terms of human behaviour? In many ways, no. A physical crowd is a different phenomenon. But some kinds of behaviour, IRL group, even though I don't like that term too much, and online group. Let's say I'm defining crowd as a large group brought together by common purpose or a common set of emotions or a common interest. So yeah, you can have an online crowd. Where is the comparison to be made then? Well, it's in-group versus out-group, isn't it? Us versus them. That's the glaringly obvious one. The other big thing, I guess, though it might not be quite as obvious, is decision making, or the influencing of the larger or the entire group by smaller groups or even individuals within the crowd. A large group gathering can be moved and directed, sometimes with great speed, at a perceived target.